And we are live.
Woo! We're even starting on time. Happens once in a while. I'm Nerdarchys Dave, hanging out with
Ted.
Nathan Nerdarch.
and Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. You may have heard us say that a few times.
Once or twice.
And today we're doing our second installment of Quests and Adventures. Today we're going to be discussing the Dragon's Hoard.
Woo-hoo.
And what that really means is some people sent us stuff, and we're going to show you what they sent us. We're also going to take something from the Dragon's Hoard and give it to one of you guys. If you commented, if you shared, if you liked, and you're subscribed, and you're on our 25K subscriber video, we're going to randomly pick one of your names. We have this comment picker. We're going to be able to do it and share the screen. So listen, I was playing with it earlier just to see how it worked. And it does tell us if you've liked it, and it tells us if you've commented. So if you haven't liked that video, but you did comment, go over there and just like the video so that your name is in the entry. Because if we draw one and it says 0 likes and a comment, then
we'll grab a new one.
Then we're going to grab a new one. And I want you guys to be able to be eligible for the contest because we are giving away super sweet, easy roller dice, a dice tray,
which you'll be able to pick
your color,
the color of the tray and the color of the dice. And our good friends over at easyrollerdice.com /Nerdarchy.
Yeah, the gunmetal dice. They're really cool. They have a bunch of, they have like 8 or 9 different colors, something like that. And you guys will be able to tell us which ones you like, which one you want, and we're going to have them send it to you. They're super cool to sponsor that. But if you're not a winner, but you still want to get some Easy Roller Dice swag, there's a link in the description below, and it's easyroller.com /Nerdarchy. And we get to see a little smidgen of that, and it helps us out. So we appreciate anytime you guys buy stuff through any of our links. And generally, if we send you someplace, there's more than likely we get compensated in some way or shape or form.
But speaking of links, as always on our Q&A, our Quests and Adventures, all the links are down below, whether it be to the YouTube channel, the Facebook, or not the Facebook page, the website, the YouTube channel, or any RPG related Kickstarters that we're aware of. They're down below. Go check it out, whether it's something you missed or whether it's something you want to watch a second time.
Addendum to that, they will be down there. I haven't put them there yet.
Oh no!
I completely forgot that. But yeah, we'll get that stuff in there. So if you check back, it becomes a little index for you guys to find any of the stuff we do. Also, what was the other thing that I wanted to mention? Well, first of all, thank you guys for showing up. Just before we only had one person in there, and I was like,
we had Wayne.
Yes,
hanging out with us.
We did, and now now it has grown. Wayne Daly is in the house. Dr. Feet, Kyle S, Tom Clues, Excalibur LPS, Tom Clues, Dr. Feet, Brandon Herbert, M Sakura 024. So there's a bunch of you guys there. We always appreciate when you come and hang out with us.
Yeah, come hang up so we can hang out with us. So we can butcher your screen name.
Yeah. So that's always cool. So let's kick this thing off and talk about the Patreon awards that Nate's been working on. That's going out.
Okay, so upcoming for January.
Yeah, January 1st week of January.
Yeah, so if you're in Patreon before January 1st and you're at the appropriate level, you get access to certain write-ups of the Patreon rewards. And we'll go in order. So Mage Forge is first. And that is actually written by Ryan. It's a weapon of life and death. And it's a pretty interesting take on a kind of Grim Reaper style. Would go really well with the Twilight Druid. We actually wrote it with what's his name's going to be in the Company of the Nag.
Okay.
We wrote it for his character.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't just. And for the Monster Menagerie, we have the Everbrights, which is like a minion or child of the friend or foe, which is Naraphian. And that is the embodiment of heat and light, kind of the heat miser to the cold miser that I did last time. Kind of a shout out to the old claymation stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
The Bass was it Bass Rutten? You guys know I can't talk.
For the Terrible Terrain, we've got the Smoldering Forest, which is a forest at Vale that's burning in a very strange and peculiar way. And for the Lost Lore, we have Elemental Templating for monsters and creatures.
So really cool. We've got people chiming in from Scotland, Canada, Italy, North Carolina, Delaware. Right, Delaware, dude, you should come hang out with us. You're right down the street. You're not the first person from Delaware we've hung out with in Ted's basement.
That's true.
Brian Feaster was from Delaware, creator of Open
Legends
RPG. So that was really cool. So do we want to show off all the cool stuff we've acquired?
All right. Well, first thing we got is in the mail. Happened to be last week, right after we finished our quest and adventure last week. Got a box in the mail from our good friend Scott, who we managed to meet at Geek Fest, and he made the cool, awesome template, or not template, but Nerdarchy sign that you see every once in a while. But he does a 3D printer shop, and the link for his stuff, well, it'll be down below, but it's out there. And he sent us a nice, cool 3D printed spider that I'll be looking forward to attacking some players with eventually.
With battle damage?
Oh, it's got some battle damage, but he said that he's printing another one, but I'm quite happy with this one. We got a very cool giant pumpkin monster.
Yeah. The detail on that is sweet.
If you actually look close, you can see how much awesome detail there is.
Yeah, it'll be so much better once they're painted with with it all being one color. It kind of blends in.
We got a cool magic portal that can always spring up when you need to do so.
Those larger characters are going to have to duck.
Watch the head.
We have some
Ooh,
nice rust monsters, the bane of every adventuring party.
Scott, that's just messed up to send that many rest monsters.
It's only 3.
That's 3 too many.
I'm not even certain what this bizarre monstrosity is supposed to be.
It's like Brendel's kid brother.
Yeah, let's see if you guys can see this guy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, one of them has got some battle damage on its little antenna. But
I didn't have those damage or just some sprue that needs to be cut off.
No. It's literally missing part of the antenna. But again, that was something that Scott and I had communicated about.
You know what this guy looks like? He looks like Scum.
Could be.
From 3rd edition. Aboleth's
got a nice happy Zorn. Always a fun monster to throw out there. That they don't tend to make too many miniatures of those kind of things. There's another one.
Yeah, I could just hang out in the comments all day reading off where people are from.
We got a pair of little clockwork spider-looking creatures. They're so tiny, it's hard to actually get the good detail on those. And a plethora of slime oozy type monsters. Printed those in yellow so that they would stand out quite a bit. Again, this one's actually got a bit of a face on it. I don't know if you can actually see that the yellow is making it too bright.
Yeah, it's just reflecting. Is that a dire hermit crab?
No. It's all just the way the slimes
yeah
slimes work.
Nice.
And this bag is full of spiders and spider eggs and all kinds of interesting stuff to go with the big version that's there. So Scott, thank you so much. When we actually get the links dropped down below, go check out the Archaea workshop. It's awesome stuff.
Yeah. Also, because Scott keeps asking when we're going to actually put up the gameplay with the terrain that he sent, and that's it's in Ted's game, and that is actually going live this weekend. Finally, it's been sitting there collecting some virtual dust, and just the last couple of weeks have been busy. And also, Nerdarchy has just been hammered with like the holiday stuff, and it's just been a real challenge to get out the regular videos. So we haven't actually got as many gameplays as we wanted to. December was down to tubes.
Yeah, we actually had to cancel two game sessions because there just wasn't enough time to do all the stuff that we had to actually do.
Yeah. So again, Australia, England, Texas,
nice,
chiming in, guys all over the world. That's amazing. I'm still blown away that you guys want to hang out with us. From all over the globe. This is like the coolest thing. That's why we need to do the Nerdarchy the Nerdarchy World Tour at some point, and you know, just game with people all over the world. That'd be awesome.
That would be pretty sweet.
Would you guys be up for that? Let me know in the chat there if you guys think that'd be a good idea.
So yesterday we got to hang out with Kyle S., who was the Joker in the one gameplay video after Geek Fest. If you guys had watched that, and he dropped off a little Santa's bag worth of stuff that he says you can decorate our shelving with. So
right before you get to that, again, we're doing. I know some of you guys. I'm repeating what I already said, but we were doing the giveaway for the Easy Roller dice, gunmetal dice, and Trey. You guys are going to have to choose stuff, but just remember, you have to be a subscriber, comment, and share. So if you haven't, if when we do the picker, it's going to tell us what things you have done. So quick, go to that video and do whatever you haven't done, so you can be eligible. I dread, you know, when I load the comments and getting
somebody who missed something.
Yeah, who didn't do something, and so they don't get the prize. I really want to give it away to whoever we pull the first time.
Absolutely. So, so the first thing is we have a stuffed Deadpool. It actually is quite squishy. So it's actually kind of amusing because I'm wearing a Deadpool shirt.
Woohoo! Oh yeah, he's plushy.
Nice. So we have the Lone Wanderer from Fallout, also a
nice
pop. Actually, I believe most, if not all, of these things are going to be. Bender from Futurama.
That's also a good one.
I'll just put that over here. Oh, it's a mystery.
It's a pop mystery. So
we don't know what this one is. We'll never find out.
So it's just open.
Oh, it's a box within a box. Oh my god!
So
Solo.
So Solo is the green Deadpool?
No, he's not a Deadpool. He actually came out. I think he came out before Deadpool.
Oh, okay.
He's a character that's come in and out of the Marvel universe. He was introduced in the 90s. It's the Deadpool era.
Oh,
okay. And we've got a Deadpool that looks exactly like Solo.
Yes.
So apparently this was a Deadpool-themed
prize extravaganza. So thank you, Kyle S. We really appreciate it. So you guys, you're going to see these sprinkled throughout the set now. One of the things I wanted to say is, like, we've had one of our biggest months on Amazon this month. Actually, it is the biggest month we've ever had on Amazon. And what that means is we've been putting up Amazon links, and you guys have making your purchases through those links, and it helps us a lot. It generates more revenue for Nerdarchy, so we can keep doing this nerdy stuff, and hopefully one day we will be full-time Nerdarchys. So we greatly appreciate you guys using those links and sharing our stuff around and help spreading the nerd love. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And speaking of thank yous, I want to thank all of our patrons out there, patrons out there. It means a lot that you guys are willing to support us each and every month. We're going to continue to try and keep doing our patron rewards, looking to always think of new levels and new ideas. So if you guys have something that you'd like to see us do, feel free to hit us up, nerdarchy@gmail.com, with any suggestions that you might have for us.
So with that, what time is it? All right, so we should ramble on about some stuff for a little bit longer.
Do we have any actual questions coming up in the?
Yeah, we have one from Excalibur's LPS, which is, do you guys go to Gen Con? And I've never been.
Sadly, we get asked that question a lot, and we actually, one of the things that Nerdarchy wants to do more of, and that is going to conventions, especially the big ones like Gen Con, PAX, Dragon Con. There's a bunch of them that we would like to hit regularly, whether as attendees or boothing or running games, so something along those lines. Hopefully 2017 we can do more of that. And when it comes to the Patreon and you guys using our Amazon links or Drive Through RPG, you purchase stuff through there, and even just clicking the ads on our YouTube channel, all that goes to help to support us so that we can actually do more of that stuff.
Right.
So have we been there? No. Do we want to? Yes. And we just want to do more of it because we also feel like going to more conventions and where more of our peoples hangout is going to be also a good way for us to spread the Nerdarchy love.
Indeed.
You got anything else for us, Nate?
No, just a lot of thank you and well wishing, which we really appreciate.
And chiming in from where they're from,
like Larvik, Norway, and Netherlands, and
yeah, which is amazing. So one of the things with the quests and adventures is like our Q&A. We're doing it weekly, and okay, so when the evolution is first it was just the nerdy news, where we would record a video, we would list kind of the stuff that we did throughout the week, and we would literally just read off a list to you guys. It was really boring as shit.
And yet people would watch it.
People would watch it. And then we kind of like stepped it up a little bit with our weekly wrap, where we're like, instead we're like, hey, we don't actually have to read it to you guys. We can just tell you it's in the description below, and we can talk about other stuff.
Other nerdy things and what we have going on, what's happened, what's going to happen.
And then companies started sending us stuff to check out, and we said, hey, why don't we just give this stuff away to the people hanging in?
So
right.
we did actually get to that evolution where we were reviewing products that people would send us, and we would talk about it on here, and we're still going to continue doing that for anything that people want to send our way.
Right. And then in addition to that, we also started with, as you guys might have seen, we did the Triniton video review, where we're going to try and do more sponsored
product reviews
as well, where companies send us their stuff and pay us to actually spend time doing it. Because one of the things is we do like checking out new stuff and enjoy it, but for 3 or 4 of us to read, a book, even like some people are like, well, why don't you guys do a review on X, right? And even like that book, if it's a hardback book that might be like $50-$60, then we each like need a copy in order to do it.
Yeah.
And then we have to spend several hours when, with the 3 of us, we each have a job, a family. Each of our families have extracurricular activities. So it's difficult to find the time to do that kind of lengthy review process.
And when it's a 200 and something page book, it's a bit rough.
Yeah, it's time consuming in addition to all the other stuff we're doing. And we've been making moves to free up some of our time so that we could dedicate more time to doing that stuff. Like Ty Johnson came on to manage the content on the website, which is a great help. What else? During the summer, during the winter time, it's a little easier because we can get together during the week and shoot more videos instead of having to do it all on the weekend.
Right.
And, we can do that stuff while our families are otherwise engaged in school and work. So that helps out a lot. There's just a lot of like moving parts that go into Nerdarchy that may not be apparent.
Right.
Right away.
There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that it's not always easy. It's like, how do you find the time to do all of this stuff?
Sandman 29331. Do you guys always upload on our Arcana videos on Mondays?
Pretty much,
yes.
Yeah. So that's what we've been doing, just so it's more consistent for you guys, so you can find them. And the other thing too is now that they Wizards of the Coast has been releasing one a week as well. Because here's what happens: like the flow is, we will get together 1 to 2 times a week, and we will shoot all the videos for the following week, and that's why it ends up being that way.
That's why we're also wearing the same clothes for an extended period of time.
Yeah,
we do change clothes
sometimes. Yeah. So there's that.
So if the Unearthed kind of releases on Monday, we're not filming Monday. Lately we've been recording, once during the week and once on the weekend. So we'll get together, we'll record that video along with typically 4 others, and then that'll be the first video that goes on Monday, so that we get it to you as soon as possible.
And also, we try to automate a lot of the stuff we do through any kind of scheduling that there is. So we try and do it ahead of time, so we don't set it and forget it.
What do we got? Sorry, I'm reading the comments and some of the.
Oh, you're gonna laugh.
This has got to be a typo. Okay, so we have, what archetype would each of you like to see created if you haven't made one your own already? And then Kyle S replied, Nate is going to say picnic, regardless of the fact that it's not an archetype. I'm going to say that was psionics because, psionics.
Yeah.
Yes, Nate is the lover of psionics, and 10 levels is not enough to sate Nate's love of psionics. So.
Yeah. So what kind of archetypes would you guys pick that haven't been created yet, or have you made one that you like?
That's a tough.
So we did make one archetype. and we kind of did a video on it.
Mhm.
It was actually the three of us. We did the Chain Fist Monk.
Mhm.
Was an order we came up with and some ideas, and then Ryan went and actually fleshed out the archetype and created it. And then one of the, I forget which month it was, but it was part of our Patreon rewards for that month.
Mhm.
So we did that one. That was cool. Some of the ones, like when they're coming out with archetypes, I was like, man, where are they going to go from here? It seems like the bases are covered, and they still are coming up with some interesting things.
Well, when we were looking at possible Patreon rewards and looking at possibly doing a more class or more player option side of things, I started coming up with a list of possible things that you could do for archetypes for each of the different classes. But I mean, none of them were like, oh, this is the one that I would have to actually play. There's enough options out there that I don't feel like something is absolutely missing.
Now they're getting into the territory of like prestige classes from previous editions. And yes, I was a Ryulu Blue had asked about the paladin archetypes, the oaths this time around, and this is the first Unearthed Arcana. We said, wow, these are really significantly better, especially the tyranny. Yeah. But Monday you'll get our whole like 30-minute feedback on that.
That was good stuff.
The other thing that's exciting too is we're about to upgrade our equipment again, which means unfortunately we're gonna have to learn how to use it again. Yeah. We're looking at some DSLR cameras, and we're looking at some audio equipment, because with us going on the cruise in January, we want to be able to capture as much video and pictures and audio and all that stuff as we can in the highest possible quality.
So some of our fans had said that they sadly aren't able to make the cruise for whatever reason, and we want to be able to share as
bring
much
some of it
back, so that hey, if fantasy people decide to do it again next year, you'll have everything that we've done, or as much as we can talk about, as proof to how awesome it is,
or not awesome as it is. We haven't been there yet, but I suspect it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm severely looking forward to it.
Well, and bringing that up, I believe there's still cabins left. If you're still thinking about going, you can use the promo code Nerdarchy to get a 10% discount. And I believe it's as low as like $3.99 a person plus taxes and fees, whatever that works out.
And then you get your discount on that. So
yeah. So there is that going on. But like we said, so we're getting ready to order that stuff so we can, one, produce better videos for you guys, and two, also be able to capture that stuff and bring it back and share it with you guys. So I'm sure there's going to be some cool annex going on. We definitely had the winner of the cabin that we gave away, so we're definitely going to be playing some D&D with those guys at least.
Yeah, he was really excited. I had sent the email, and he's like, "Is this some kind of scam?"
yeah. Is this a phishing scam? Hey, are you a Nigerian prince by chance?
It's like, no. We reply, this is legit. You can actually see where your name is mentioned here on this video.
So going along the strand of archetypes, Flaming Dice is asking about a new druid archetype. What we like to see in that. Personally, what I didn't see out of the UA was
Beastmaster. Yeah,
Beastmaster. On.
Yeah, getting
somebody one's cool, but animal companion.
Druid with an animal companion would be cool. I'd also thought like the Druid of Winter, and getting into that whole aspect of cold. I think it might be
or like a vermin or arachnid, or a druid that focuses on some different aspects, or
and how that changes the archetype. Yeah.
Maybe an Underdark druid. I mean, I know you can go circle the land and take Underdark, but it doesn't quite feel the same.
Yeah.
It's not dark and creepy enough. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Yeah.
Cricket.
So, you got any more questions?
Yes, there are more questions.
I'm a zombie.
Is that the username, or is that the comment?
No, Joe Bonar at Nerdarchy. The game is called I'm a Zombie. But the first thing I read was just I'm a Zombie. In case you've heard of it and are interested.
What game?
I believe it's a board game. It might be like further up in the comments.
No.
And it's just something I just randomly saw.
Just the comment of I'm a zombie. Got it.
Would you or do you start using anti-paladins in your campaigns? Honestly, like most of our games are geared towards heroes, so I think they're great classes and great options for bad guys. The one of Conquest was kind of like, well, you could kind of play this one,
Mhm.
but Tyranny, like, no,
Right.
not really. It's not really a good choice unless you want that player to be the villain
Yeah,
eventually.
the treachery, which is the blackguard. Yeah.
Mhm. So now it is possible to do evil games, and we've done some videos on how to run a successful evil game. It's just you want to be more towards lawful evil as opposed to chaotic evil.
Okay, so here I'm a zombie. My brother worked on a game. I was wondering if you wanted the copy to check it out. So we do have a PO box listed somewheres.
Yeah, it's Nerdarchy, PO Box 534, Woodbury, New Jersey 08096. If there's something that you want to send us for a review or whatever have you, that's always an address you can use. I do check it once a week.
Also, Sandman 29331. I know I don't have to read the numbers, but I like to. I don't know why. Wants to know if any predictions for you, a sorcerer or a wizard. I mean, also there's a warlock that'll be coming out as well.
I think the wizard is going to be the one that's the trickiest, because they gave us all the schools.
Yes.
So like, where are they going to go with it next?
For wizard, we've gotten the schools, we've gotten artificer, and we've gotten blade singer. Alchemist. I'm going to go alchemist. They're going to do an alchemist.
That would be interesting.
But they're probably going to do more than one. So alchemist would be another. Nah,
no?
Summoner.
I was thinking summoner, but conjuration kind of.
Yeah, but if you look,
not.
But you're talking like summoner. You're talking about magic circle stuff.
Not creatures.
No?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
You could go kind of circles, but yeah, like critters.
Okay. But definitely alchemist would be in that, or it should.
Sorcerer could really be anything.
Any monster, like, because previous editions, especially Pathfinder, listed like pretty much like undead, aberrations, everything.
I'm gonna say that they're gonna go with something either like planar or demonic, because you've got the dragon blood. So why can't we have something that's like demonic blood or
Cthulhian?
That's a great old one.
That's warlock.
No, that's warlock.
Were we talking warlock?
Yeah. So yeah, like they could do like a otherworldly,
which would fall into aberration. Whether or not like.
Aberrant sorcerer would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some room for there. Warlock's gotten a few too. Well, sorcerer also had the shadow, so that one. So they've already done that one, right? So they don't need to hit Umbra,
right?
And they have the favored soul that has the divine paths,
right? But that was more like a character class, so that was a little different. Kyle asks 5 EP. Okay, he's telling someone to look something up.
Yeah, so I would say for sorcerer, a radiant or kind of celestially touched sorcerer build I think would be good. I mean, even if I actually reskinned one for an Azamar, and it was just it was the same as the draconic thing. You just had like holy protection as your armor, and so it was just a reskin though. So it wasn't a full what would like an imagination of.
Yeah, well, I feel like either if you go lower planes or upper planes, reskinning the dragon one's really easy.
Yeah, like
you could definitely do spectral armor instead of this where it's physically changed. When something attacks them, it's like golden armor, kind of like translucent golden armor appears, or a crimson armor appears. Wings easy enough. Bat wings or angel wings.
Yeah.
So all that works really, really easily. The resistance is for both of them. You can literally just say the same and just give them necrotic and radiant because they're
not as used as often.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, the Aasimar gets both. So
yeah, and that's what I would kind of model that off of. The question is though, where they're going to go with warlock packs. I mean, that's another one. It's like I guess we've talked about it before.
The Pact of the Dragon.
Yeah, the Pact of the Dragon.
So that would be very, very obvious.
Anything that can have a cult could probably have a warlock pack.
What about Elemental?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pact of the Primordial.
Which could also and then that's you also get into that territory anything that could kind of be a pact could circle back around to sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And make it a bloodline.
Right.
As well.
So it's one points to the other.
I feel like warlock and sorcerer have like so many different directions they could go in. Where a wizard, it's like that's the one you really have to think about a little bit more.
Yeah, because that one it's studious. It's not, it's not as easy. But then again, we've already got 10 traditions for wizards.
Quick, Ted, cake or pie?
Cake.
Pie.
Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of what's cheesecake? I guess it's cake. It's right in the name.
Cheesecake is cake.
Well,
I'm a fat guy. I like them both.
On it.
And everybody else is responding in.
Yeah. Quick, make a poll. Make a poll.
So with that, you guys ready? Should we give away? Let me know in the comments. Should we give away the dice? Should we give away these?
I think it's time.
I think there's a little bit of a lag.
Well, they don't belong to anybody. I want to look at them one last time.
We're not giving away that set.
Oh, okay, good.
They're gonna get to pick the color. They're gonna get to pick the color of their dice
these
tray.
These are the Nerdarchy dice.
Yeah, they're Ted's. Ted will break your
The
fingers.
black and red. The black and reds.
What PC race would you like to see in the future?
Something new. That there's so many things that are options, and Volo's guide gives you
a bunch more.
Literally a half a dozen fully fleshed out races, and then stats for a dozen that are monster races that you can play.
And then we have like 4 editions of D&D to kind of like draw upon.
So like I'd like to see something new, maybe something alien that hasn't been in D&D before.
I'm gonna break my normal thing and say shard mine. Which is
what's your normal thing?
Oh, I mean Psionics.
So you're not breaking.
My normal thing. Yeah. So I did a write up for shard mine and put it on. It's on Nerdarchy.com. Way back, like maybe 2 years ago, when I was into writing up all the Psionics, and I really liked getting into the kind of background and storyline of them, and I liked them as an idea for a race, just in general. So I'd like to see the 5th edition take on that.
So I think when or if they ever decide to do Psionics, it's going to be an all-inclusive book like it was in the earlier editions. Here's the races, here's the backgrounds, here's the class options.
And the nice thing, the thing I really liked about Psionics, it wasn't just a psychic human, it wasn't just a blue goblin. It was something wholly different from just a more psychic version of a race that already exists.
It was new, essentially.
Yeah.
The wildlings were kind of cool too. Not the Game of Thrones wildlings, but they're basically like nature spirits that inhabited like a bunch of like I don't know like trees, and not so much trees, but that's what they look like. They look like they were more like constructed. But they were kind of introduced in 4th edition. I kind of thought they were kind of cool. I also wonder if we're going to see half giant, or if they're just saying Goliath is half giant. I kind of want to see half giant because then you have the furbolgs, which are not the furbolgs I remember.
Right.
Then you would have half giant, and then you would have Goliath. So now you have like 3 different races. So you really could do a giant party.
Right.
Little giants. So
you could run a whole campaign with those, and that'd be pretty interesting.
8th level Brownie dental assistant. That must be in reply to something else. Someone asked if we're going to roll the dice that we're going to send to you guys. No, because they're actually going to come right from Easy Roller to whoever wins. And that's the other thing. If you're the winner, we'll try and reach out to you through YouTube. But also, if you see that you are the winner, you can expedite things by reaching out to us at nerdarchy@gmail.com and go, hey, I'm that guy.
You're that guy. Here's the name and address. We will verify that it's the right thing. So don't just be like, hey, I'm the winner. Why does his name not match?
Why did we just get 300 emails saying they won?
Again, if you need to contact us for any reason, be it a GM 911, a viewer suggestion, or whatever have you, nerdarchy@gmail.com. It's the best way to get in touch with us. I think Dave and I are in there multiple times a day checking that out. So is it time to spin or click? Or
well, Alex Ducato, I'm probably butchering this shit out of that, wants to know if we're going to do Classes 2.0 series after I played them more extensively. I don't feel like I kind of want to, but I also don't feel like I played them that much more extensively, because literally we're running the same campaigns we started with,
Right.
other than like one-shot games that we've participated in and short
sort of
campaigns
elsewhere and what have you. There's not really a large exposure. I would love to be able to play more and be able to have a chance to really see all these different classes and how they level and how this power works and how that power works. But honestly, we're not gaming enough to really make that happen.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of classes. If all of us played a class, we'd have at least 12 games each.
Well, there are 12 classes. Each class has a minimum of 2 archetypes within it.
yeah, it's
Yes.
a lot to get around.
And then right now, like me and Ted are doing the DMing, so we're not even playing in all the games.
You know, Nate's only a player in one, and although he did a guest appearance in your game,
Yes.
like
It becomes like a one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but that being said, we do have, as we play and go forward, we do have a better grasp of the rules. As you see, we still forget things and relearn things and get things wrong, and we have the comment section for that. You guys help us out whether we want it or not.
Yeah, I think
debate and
through
interpretation.
through the comments and through discussion and a lot of going over the rules, I think we've all got a better grasp of it than we had when we first did the class.
Yeah, because when we first started with doing all that was essentially when it was released in the PDF format, July of 2014, I think. And from there we've kind of been. What's that?
2.5 years ago.
Yeah, and from there we've done a lot of 5e coverage. I can't even believe we've done so many videos and we still have things to talk about. But you guys help with that a lot. You guys literally are constantly, fueling our brains with and our imaginations with new topics to discuss that keeps things from getting stale or old. So I guess we're going to try and do this screen share thing. And so you guys see that? That is where we're going to take the URL from the 25K vid. And it's going to tell us who went. No. Okay, good.
I wasn't going to actually hit the table.
I know, because the mic.
The mic is right here.
Yeah.
Everyone's told me every time you hit the table.
They all begin clutching their heads, especially if they're wearing headphones. Dad, you just deafened them all. So now we're going to see.
And the lucky winner is.
Oh, not yet. It's actually it has to download all the comments, and there's a bunch. So 4 pages worth of comments, 326 comments.
Chances are it's going to be Nerdarchy.
Yeah, from responding. Let's see, does Nerdarchy win the sweet dice?
I will let you know if we pick ourselves, we'll pick a new winner.
Yeah. Ryan Smith. Oh no, my greatest fear.
He commented but did not like the
But it's
video.
not showing any likes. You guys rock, keep the hobby alive, boys. Thank you, Ryan Smith, but unfortunately we must click again.
And oh no!
Christy Bell, 1 comment, 0 likes.
Come on.
Oh my god. Martin Berth Johansson. Again.
3 down.
Oh my god.
No.
4 down.
Did anybody like this video?
Listen, I literally did the test and it was like, there were some, but most of them that came up. 2 comments. Finally.
Right.
Hey! Hey, we know that guy.
You know that Christopher Evans.
You're definitely subscribed.
1 comments, 1 likes. You're subscribed. And Christopher Evans, we actually know how to get a hold of you.
Yes. And thanks for the well wishes of the 100K.
Yes. And everyone who did participate, we appreciate it greatly. Now I have to figure out how to get out of the screen share. Stop.
Good, they give you a button.
There we go. And we're back. So it could have went smoother, but there was literally people though that did stop by and are like, I'm a lurker. I don't actually care about being in the contest. And I just want to wish you guys well and things like that. So, which we appreciate, like all of you guys, first of all.
It's while we enjoy talking about this stuff, we don't need to hit the record to talk about it at home. It's you guys that we do this for, and we enjoy doing it. So,
well, you know, it goes both ways. Like the interaction that we get, you know, makes it all worthwhile. And meeting new friends and people we would have never met if we hadn't done this.
Absolutely.
Our gaming, even just our local gaming circle, has expanded so much from doing Nerdarchy,
right?
And meeting people that are board game designers or just doing cool things in general. You know, Scott came down from Long Island, drove like 3 hours to give us the cool sign that's above Nate's head, which is really awesome. And we've been building a relationship with him. And now you got like all these critters on the table in front of us now from him, which is awesome. And we really appreciate.
You know, so we've met, you know, Scott Garibay and all of the different tendrils of friends through him that we've met, like Kurt, who's joined my game, who's a fantastic role player. Wouldn't have met that whole circle of people had we not done Nerdarchy.
Yeah, I mean, really, that came from Yo-Yo Club, and you know, I was wearing a Cthulhu shirt, and Scott was like, "Ah, Cthulhu, one of my favorite things." Blah blah blah, and you know, and from that friendships and new bonds have been made, and even like all of our fan games we run, you know, there's so many gamers that we've gotten to game with from doing that. You figure every time we run a fan game, like 3 to 5 of you guys show up. And we've done like, you know, 12 of them now, or 14 or something like that.
I think it's 14.
Yeah, so you know, that's a decent amount of gamers, and hopefully we're going to run into some of you guys on the cruise. We already know was
Matthew Mann.
Matthew Mann will be there, and we do know some other people definitely purchased the cruise through our link. So hopefully they'll reach out to us too, so we know who they are and we can hang out with them. And that's the other reason why we want to start doing more events as well, is so that we actually can go places where you guys can find us and we can interact with you in person. Because the virtual thing is cool, but there's nothing quite the same as, you know, getting a handshake, a hug, you know, sitting down at the table, or having, you know, playing a game or having dinner. All that stuff is really been an incredible journey for us.
Yeah, you get to meet people, see how they got their exposure to gaming, and like, you know, we were talking to somebody yesterday, and they're new to the hobby, and it's like literally they were at their job and someone mentioned D&D, and they're like, "What's that?" So like 5th edition is their only source of role playing, and they've been doing it for a year. So
or less. Or there's so many times in the comments you see someone go, "I used to play, and your channel got me back into playing D&D," which is so awesome.
That's where Ty is.
Yes, yeah.
So, and I was talking to somebody.
Well, I guess we can't call him staff writer Ty anymore. Staff editor Ty.
Supreme editor.
He's
czar. He's the Nerdarchy writing czar.
I consider myself the content manager for the website, so he can call himself whatever. But that's
Master
what I
Ty.
Yeah,
Master Ty.
Yes,
he's like a Jedi.
No, but I encountered somebody that I've been working with for years, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I used to play D&D, and you know, haven't played in years." So like, that's something that by me doing Nerdarchy, I might be getting this guy back into playing.
Samantha Carr, hail Zara Ty. I like it. I think Nerdy Czar, or Czar of Nerddom. We'll have to come up with some really long. We have to channel. We're gonna have to channel our inner gnome in order to come up with his full title. Might have to even go like Tinker Gnome from Dragonlance.
Oh boy.
Yeah. A quick visit to Mount Nevermind.
That'll be quite the name then.
Let's see. I'm out in the woods, and I have not played in about 8 years. Woo! He brought us into the woods. You know what? I think Andrew Knapp used to do that too. He would bring like YouTube content with him when he would go hunting and stuff. So that's kind of cool. We're going all over the place. So I guess with that, we're going to wrap it up. In the comments section, in the chat section, let us know if you want us to keep doing these live things. The plan is to do one a week. Probably they're going to be on Saturdays sometime. The time might shift a little bit, but sometime between 12 and 2 o'clock Eastern time. is our plan. Sometimes things will happen, holidays, busy schedules, and
things will have to get shifted to Friday or Sunday, or time will have to fluctuate. But the plan is to do it. I think that you guys out there enjoy getting the names shouted out and getting the questions answered live. I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and also like sometimes we get GM911s that are not necessarily GM911s that we would do a video on, so we might take those questions and answer them as well. Sometimes most of the time the plan is to do it just like this, where we're sitting in Ted's basement at the set all together, but sometimes we might have to do a hangout, and we'll all come in remotely. Not quite as cool, but I mean, Ted, we could put Ted over here and he could sit in the set for us. Maybe get some standees. I know Nate has been working on his backdrop to make it look a little more cooler and dungeon-esque.
I'll be moving to the dungeon in the basement soon, so
Yeah,
that's gonna
get
me in the zone.
I have moved into the basement where I actually do have my bookshelves of stuff and my little buddy.
By standees, you'll get stuffed animals.
Oh man! Well, can I be Domo?
I was just gonna call Domo.
Got Domo and the pink unicorn.
I want to be the wizard,
the
wizard vacuum cleaner.
On Domo.
Yes, I do have a wizard cover for my vacuum cleaner.
And then also, like, one of the things we talk about too is maybe in the future, even for our live plays, stepping that up and using, multiple cameras. So that we can have multiple screens going. I think some of the other channels have done it. It'd be cool if we could get to the point where we have a cameraman, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
But for now, I mean, we are going to get another camera, so we're going to up our camera mount. So
yeah. So we're definitely always looking to up the game and make it more appealing to the masses, so that we can have more of you guys out there and we can make this our job.
Indeed.
Well, we want to be Will Wheaton when we grow up, and someday we will get there thanks to you guys. So we're going to cut this one short. Ted has to run out and actually pick up his son. We got more videos to shoot for next week. So until next time,
stay nerdy. Happy holidays. And we are live.
Woo! We're even starting on time. Happens once in a while. I'm Nerdarchys Dave, hanging out with
Ted.
Nathan Nerdarch.
And Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. You may have heard us say that a few times.
Once or twice.
And today we're doing our second installment of Quests and Adventures. Today we're going to be discussing the Dragon's Hoard. Woohoo! And what that really means is some people sent us stuff, and we're going to show you what they sent us. We're also going to take something from the Dragon's Hoard and give it to one of you guys. If you commented, if you shared, if you liked, and you're subscribed, and you're on our 25K subscriber video, we're going to randomly pick one of your names. We have this comment picker. We're going to be able to do it and share the screen. So listen, I was playing with it earlier just to see how it worked. And it does tell us if you've liked it, and it tells us if you've commented. So if you haven't liked that video, but you did comment, go over there and just like the video so that your name is in the entry. Because if we draw one and it says 0 likes and a comment,
then grab a new one.
Then we're going to grab a new one. And I want you guys to be able to be eligible for the contest, because we are giving away super sweet, easy roller dice, a dice tray,
which you'll be able to pick
your color,
the color of the tray and the color of the dice. And our good friends over at easyrollerdice.com /Nerdarchy.
Yeah, the gunmetal dice. They're really cool. They have a bunch of, they have like 8 or 9 different colors, something like that. And you guys will be able to tell us which ones you like, which one you want, and we're going to have them send it to you. They're super cool to sponsor that. But if you're not a winner, but you still want to get some Easy Roller Dice swag, there's a link in the description below, and it's easyroller.com /Nerdarchy. And we get to see a little smidgen of that, and it helps us out. So we appreciate anytime you guys buy stuff through any of our links. And generally, if we send you someplace, there's more than likely we get compensated in some way or shape or form.
But speaking of links, as always on our Q&A, our Quests and Adventures, all the links are down below, whether it be to the YouTube channel, the Facebook, or not the Facebook page, the website, the YouTube channel, or any RPG related Kickstarters that we're aware of. They're down below. Go check it out, whether it's something you missed or whether it's something you want to watch a second time.
Addendum to that, They will be down there. I haven't put them there yet.
Oh no!
I completely forgot that. But yeah, we'll get that stuff in there. So if you check back, it becomes a little index for you guys to find any of the stuff we do. Also, what was the other thing that I wanted to mention? Well, first of all, thank you guys for showing up. Just before we only had one person in there, and I was like,
we had Wayne.
Yes,
hanging out with us.
We did, and now now it has grown. Wayne Daly is in the house. Dr. Feet, Kyle S, Tom Clues, Excalibur LPS, Tom Clues, Dr. Feet, Brandon Herbert, M Sakura 024. So there's a bunch of you guys there. We always appreciate when you come and hang out with us.
Yeah, come hang up so we can hang out with us. We can butcher your screen name.
Yeah. So that's always cool. So let's kick this thing off and talk about the Patreon awards that Nate's been working on. That's going out.
Okay, so upcoming for January.
Yeah, January first week of January.
Yeah, so if you're in Patreon before January 1st and you're at the appropriate level, you get access to the certain write-ups of the Patreon rewards. And we'll go in order. So Mage Forge is first. And that is actually written by Ryan. It's a weapon of life and death. And it's a pretty interesting take on a kind of Grim Reaper style. Would go really well with the Twilight Druid. We actually wrote it with what's his name's going to be in the Company of the Nag.
Okay.
We wrote it for his character.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't just. And for the Monster Menagerie, we have the Everbrights, which is like a minion or child of the friend or foe, which is Nerdarchy, and that is the embodiment of heat and light, kind of the heat miser to the cold miser that I did last time. Kind of a shout out to the old claymation stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
The Bass was it Bass Rutten? You guys know I can't talk.
For the Terrible Terrain, we've got the Smoldering Forest, which is a forest of Vale that's burning in a very strange and peculiar way. And for the Lost Lore, we have Elemental Templating for monsters and creatures.
So really cool. We've got people chiming in from Scotland, Canada, Italy, North Carolina, Delaware. Delaware, dude, you should come hang out with us. You're right down the street. You're not the first person from Delaware we've hung out with in Ted's basement.
That's true.
Brian Feaster was from Delaware, creator of Open
Legends
RPG. So that was really cool. So do we want to show off all the cool stuff we've acquired?
All right. Well, first thing we got is in the mail. Happened to be last week, right after we finished our quest and adventure last week. Got a box in the mail from our good friend Scott.
Scum.
Could be.
From 3rd edition, Aboleth's
got a nice happy Zorn. Always a fun monster to throw out there. That they don't tend to make too many miniatures of those kind of things. There's another one.
Yeah, I could just hang out in the comments all day reading off where people are from.
We got a pair of little clockwork spider-looking creatures. They're so tiny, it's hard to actually get the good detail on those. And a plethora of slime oozy type monsters. Printed those in yellow so that they would stand out quite a bit. Again, this one's actually got a bit of a face on it. I don't know if you can actually see that the yellow's making it too bright.
Yeah, it's just reflecting. Is that a dire hermit crab?
No. It's all just the way the slimes.
Yeah.
Slimes work.
Nice.
And this bag is full of spiders and spider eggs and all kinds of interesting stuff to go with the big version that's there. So Scott, thank you so much. When we actually get the links dropped down below, go check out the Archaea workshop. It's awesome stuff.
Yeah. Also, because Scott keeps asking when we're going to actually put up the gameplay with the terrain that he sent, and that's it's in Ted's game, and that is actually going live this weekend. Finally, it's been sitting there collecting some virtual dust, and just the last couple of weeks have been busy. And also, Nerdarchy has just been hammered with like the holiday stuff, and it's just been a real challenge to get out the regular videos. So we haven't actually got as many gameplays as we wanted to. December was down the tubes.
Yeah, we actually had a cat who we managed to meet at Geek Fest, and he made the cool, awesome template, or not template, but Nerdarchy sign that you see every once in a while. But he does a 3D printer shop, and the link for his stuff, well, it'll be down below, but it's out there. And he sent us a nice, cool 3D printed spider that I'll be looking forward to attacking some players with eventually.
With battle damage.
Oh, it's got some battle damage, but he said that he's printing another one, but I'm quite happy with this one. We got a very cool giant pumpkin monster.
The detail on that is sweet.
If you actually look close, you can see how much awesome detail there is.
Yeah, it'll be so much better once they're painted with the, with it all being one color. It kind of blends in.
We got a cool magic portal that can always spring up when you need to do so.
Those larger characters are going to have to duck.
Watch the head.
We have some
Ooh,
nice rust monsters, the bane of every adventuring party.
Scott, that's just messed up to send that many rest monsters.
It's only 3.
That's 3 too many.
I'm not even certain what this bizarre monstrosity is supposed to be.
It's like Grendel's kid brother.
Yeah, let's see if you guys can see this guy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, one of them has got some battle damage on its little antenna. But
I didn't have those damage or just some sprue that needs to be cut off.
No, it's literally missing part of the antenna. But again, that was something that Scott and I had communicated about.
You know what this guy looks like? He looks like